Hello everyone! After completing my first Aqua solo the other day, I was left with only one map to best. Vertigo. It's a special brand of player that likes this map, and sadly, I am not that. I hate this map. That being said, like Aqua, I found a bit of a workaround. Most people know about the wings near the back of the map where you can stay out of line of sight for the most part and whittle away the enemies, but I found a spot on the side of the map near LZ where you can thin out the numbers with relative ease. Okay, so from LZ, pull a U-turn towards the left and the ledge is right here. Now, the goal is to land to the left of that line right there, which is a partial invisible wall to provide in-cover defense. Now, this isn't as simple as just jumping down or walking off the edge. Doing that will have you slide right off the map like you're supposed to. Now, I was able to reach this ledge a couple different ways, but this way seemed to be the most consistent and definitely the simplest. What I'm going to do is turn around so my back is to the ledge. I'm going to aim my gun, and I'm going to back off the ledge. If it works right, you should go straight into a slow hover drop, though maybe 1 out of 5 times the hover doesn't kick in and you just drop. Which is still fine, you just have to be ready to dash into the crease where you're going to be hanging out. If the hover does work, you feather the aim button a little bit so you fall slightly faster. Otherwise, your hover's going to end way too quickly and you're going to fall like you normally would, which means you're still going to have to do a perfectly timed dash into the crease to save yourself. Either way, you may still need to dash because sometimes when you back off the edge, you kind of start floating away from the wall, which you don't want. But it's easier to time the dash if you're not falling to your death when you need to do it. All right, here we go. Turn around. Aim.
This one's simple. Clear
Back
the area
off.
and lock it down.
Feather the aiming and
Hostile
dash if
artillery.
necessary. There we go. Important note, this side of the map isn't symmetrical, meaning this ledge isn't accessible on the opposite side of LZ. Now, against Outlaw on Wave 1, the observers are the only enemies we have to kill from here. There's going to be 19 in total, which is going to exhaust all the respawns, leaving us with 4 Audis and 3 Krogan to kill. The Audis are going to be directly above us on the ledge that we just jumped down from, and the Krogan are going to be at their spawn point. Unless you didn't reach this ledge before they spawned. If they were already on the map when you dropped down, they're going to be right above with the Audis. It's also good to note that if you want to make the enemies move around, you can cloak while just standing here, or do a hovering bunny hop towards LZ, and anything up top or at its spawn points will start pathing around and get closer each time you do that. Which means that at a certain point, the Krogan will be close enough to the edge that they can and will flat cannon you, which is going to knock you off here. On that note, every now and then a lone observer will end up above you on the ledge and they'll find a way to shoot you. So the invisible wall keeps us in cover and blocks pretty much all the non-penetrating enemy fire if you just sit in cover or if you're hip firing around the cover. But if you aim, the enemies are going to be able to hit you. So this isn't foolproof, but it's definitely really easy. Against Ket, the Ascendants seem to stay where they are up on the top of the map, rather than just coming closer. And against Remnant, the Nullifiers, they're going to ruin your days. So Outlaw or Ket is going to be your go-to for this strategy.
Incoming!
Let's just pretend I did something really cool there.
Oops, shields down.
It figures dozens of times I do this flawlessly because it's so freaking simple. And then the one time that I reach extraction is the run where Wave 1 turns into a total shit show. Well played, RNG. Well played indeed. Now, you would think that since the Krogan aren't outlined in red, that I would know that there are more than 3 enemies out there, but this dog was a total surprise at the time. Clearly, I needed more coffee. On the rewatch though, you can see that the 4th dog was hiding from view behind one of the boxes as I ran away from the Krogan.
Oops, shields down.
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements.
Just like the old days.
Dispositivos. The objective favored by all cloakers. Devices.
Enemies triangulating our nearest outpost. Find their sensor arrays and get them broken.
Hydra!
One device down. One device down. Nearly through.
Let's get out of here!
Initially, I wanted to solo this with the
needs
Havoc
shields
Trooper
anyway?
because she makes
All
the
enemy
Wave
devices are now
7
offline.
LZ teleportation a joke. The RNG, however, was adamantly opposed to that. Likewise, the Juggernaut wasn't allowed to reach Wave 7 either. So having tired of losing to the RNG's hacks and uploads, I flipped the script and went with the Huntress. And when I finished this device pickup, I realized her cloaking would let her do what the Havoc and Jug couldn't. She can get back onto that new ledge that I'm using in the middle of a wave without getting her ass kicked because she can cloak. Happy coincidence. Otherwise, you can only really use the ledge on the odd waves because you need to get into position while the waves are getting ready to spawn when there's no enemies shooting you in the back while you're floating off the ledge.
Shield's gone!
Note to self, Krogan suck. Vengeance! Hip firing vengeance, but you know, whatever. At least this way I don't chance the fact that my aiming is going to allow them to flat cannon me some more. Is it cowardice or genius?
Who needs shields anyway?
Three left. Go get them.
Hydra! One lonely target.
down. Keep your guard up.
Just like the old days. Let's get out of here.
Enemies headed your way.
Let's go.
Okay, we're set for wave 3, and it's mainly observers for the next couple minutes, so let's speed this up.
Incoming.
There's one of those rogue observers I mentioned earlier.
Careful. Look out. Careful. Who needs shields anyway? Incoming.
There should be more sharpshooters out there, so I'm going to cloak and get the enemies moving a little bit. And sometimes enemies that will come down the stairs but have ended up on some defensive position above you, sometimes cloaking or doing a bunny hop will get them to move down to where you can shoot them. There we go. I've never had a Hydra up there, so I figured, let's see if I can kill it from here. And we'll do this in ninja time, of course, because it wasn't quick.
They've got a Hydra. Shield's gone.
Three left. Go
Let's
get
get
'em.
out of here.
Throw is such a good skill.
One lonely target.
All clear for now.
Just like the old days.
Aha, finally! Time for new Andromedian Portuguese vocabulary. Envío de dados. Upload.
We detected mission critical data. Find the location and upload the intel.
Hydra!
Joke's on you, RNG. Those cheating missiles just cost me my first health pack.
Oops, shields down.
Fragment
One
uploaded.
down.
They've got a Hydra! Shield's gone!
Hang in there, Apex.
2 down.
They've got a Hydra! Look out!
Getting that Krogan to move will cost me my first ammo pack. Ha! Take that, RNG.
Well done, team. Nearly through.
Hydra!
This is a lot of waiting, trying to draw out the sharpshooters and anything else that wants to die, so we can speed this up a little bit. Alright, I'm not that hard up for cheese, so it's time to kill stuff.
Hydra! Look out! Who needs shields anyway?
It didn't feel like it at the time, but apparently it took me a few minutes to drop these things, so we'll speed that up for sanity's sake.
Who needs shields anyway? Shield gone. Hydra.
That hurt them. Be ready.
Woo! I still got it.
Enemies incoming.
Clear out.
Lots of heat there, so I'm going to hip fire to prime and then combo them to death. And I'll speed up this portion of the wave since it's just clearing. Oh, and fun fact, that spawn point where they came from is a potential Hydra and Destroyer spawn point. And they're big enough that they can target you directly from their spawn points without moving. But happily, the invisible wall blocks all that nonsense.
They got a Hydra. Oops, shield down. Let's get out of here. Who needs shields anyway? Oops, shield down. They got a Hydra. Who needs shields anyway?
At this point, shit got real. The RNG demanded its tithe.
Who needs shields anyway?
Teammate injured.
First revive. Gone.
Hydra! Hydra!
Second ammo pack. Gone.
Shield's gone!
Squad member down.
Second revive. Gone.
Look out! Shield's gone!
Teammate injured.
That's some bullshit. Those missiles were clearly going to that spot before I landed there. But that's my third revive gone.
Look out! They've got a Hydra! Shield's gone. Who needs shields anyway?
Fucking missiles.
needs
Fourth
shields
revive
anyway?
gone.
Who needs shields anyway? Hydra! They've got a Hydra!
I know. An RPG would be great. But that Krogan had other ideas.
Let's get out of here! Oops, shield's down.
Like frickin' raptors, these guys.
Shields down. Who needs shields anyway?
No, no, path back this way. I don't want those left hands of doom. That's better. Dance, puppets, dance! Time for some RPGs. 1. And 2.
One lonely target.
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements.
Good game. Good game.
Dispositivos. Devices. Is that the best you've got, RNG?
The enemy's tapping into civilian comm traffic.
They've got
We
a
need to take out
Hydra.
their uplink devices.
Done and done.
One problem gone. One problem gone.
Look at the Ascendant.
Almost done. All enemy devices shut down. Good job.
They've got a Hydra. Look at the Ascendant.
Let's go into ninja time and drop some anointed, and then we'll see how the ascendants treat this position.
Careful.
Here we go. RPG extravaganza. Everything must go.
Who needs shields anyway? Let's get out of here!
Alright, last two Wave 6 enemies. Drop the Hydra and save the Anointed for the Wave 7 LZ Teleportation Setup.
Who needs shields
Now,
anyway?
since the Anointed can deal so much damage so quickly, I'm going to whittle it down a little bit so it'll die fast once I'm in position. Fill up on stealth grids, and it's time to get ready. Just like the magma teleport, we're going to set up behind the box on LZ and we're going to climb up from there. And if we do the teleport correctly, we'll be kicked back to the last valid map point we were standing on, which should be that spot right behind the box, so we'll be in cover. For this one, the enemy can be killed after we get into position, so we just leave him there and hope he doesn't kick the shit out of us. Alright, I missed that grab there and hit the ground, so back to the box. One, two, three is this box or the little outcropping that's right above it. And if you mess up, just jump immediately and it might still work. This is 4, and the goal is that ledge over there. I hate this game. But you'll notice, I'm back on LZ, so if I'd stuck the landing on that ledge, I'd have been golden. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're good. Barring complications, this is where we wait out the timer. Most enemies should spawn on the other side of the map, and they end up just waiting around for a nice smooth extraction.
Good. Stay sharp.
And for good measure, I'll cloak to make sure that I'm not visible when they spawn either, so hopefully they won't even register me.
Let's get out of here!
Time to go. Get to the extraction site.
Seriously?
Hydra!
The RNG is a devious son of a bitch. Holy shit. Enemies that spawn on the other side of the map leave you alone. Enemies that spawn on this side of the map, however, apparently shoot missiles at you. At this point, I bugged out to just cloak through the timer, but it occurred to me after the fact that I could have just gone to the edge of the wing that I was on, jumped up into the air, and cloaked just like a hack or an upload, and then returned to my defensive position. Repeat to wind down the timer, and then jump off into the sky, reappear to thunderous applause on LZ, but in classic linguist fashion, my reveals never go off flawlessly. On the plus side, I'm going to be adding footage to the end of this with a breakdown of the teleportation in better detail with a non-rushed guide. And since this part right here is just me hiding, I'm going to speed this up as well.
That's how Apex gets it done. Come on home.
Well, it didn't go off like it was supposed to, but I'll take it. Vertigo has fallen. And I've now logged at least one solo on every map. Time for a tiny victory dance. Now, let's take a look at that teleport again. If you want to be able to practice this, set Vertigo, Bronze, and Outlaw, and use a pull character to park the Wave 1 Audi on this central pillar thing. You can't get down from there. There we go. Now we're free to explore the map. Okay, so the goal is to get from here to the wings on either side of the map without touching the floor. On the plus side, damn near everything that we see here can be climbed on and doesn't count as a valid map point. So there's a lot to work with. That ledge there is the goal, and it's the same on the other side. There's the goal. And whichever wing you end up on, this is where you're going to hunker down to wait out the timer. It's the same on both sides. Alright, let's see if we can get it to work this time. Pro tip, I decided to try and skip the first landing since that's the one that's the hardest to grab because of its angle. And it worked, so now it's only 3 jumps. And now we can reappear on LZ to thunderous applause. And if you're thinking that's too much jumping, go with the Turian Badass, the Havoc Trooper. Again, to practice, leave the audio live or just load in and see what happens.
We need to secure this position. Enemies on the move. Be ready.
This reminds me of Fleet and Flotilla.
Victory!
Lost shields.
Now let's try the other side. Yeah, as you can see, she makes it so easy, it's a freaking joke. Hence why I wanted my Vertigo solo to be with her, but the RNG was throwing a hissy fit. So I'll have to keep trying to get the Havoc Trooper her due, but that's a video for another day. Until then, thanks for watching.